Hello, friends. Welcome to Linden-Linthicum United Methodist Church. It is the week before Christmas, and I'm sure that you're doing all kinds of things like I am, trying to get things ready, get things finished, and enjoying some time and with some folks that you love. At noon today, there were a bunch of women here at the church who were enjoying lunch together and decorating some luminaria bags to put out in front of the church. All of the activities of the season. Part of the specialness of this season is the music that we have. And one of the very, very special Christmas carols that we enjoy so much is Hark, the Herald Angels Sing. It is one of Charles Wesley's masterpieces. It's a beautiful, beautiful carol, and it's just a wonderful one to sing. We did it a couple of weeks ago, and our worship leader announced the hymn by saying, "Hark!" Just like that. And what that means, it's an old word of saying, listen up. And then it goes on to say, the herald angels sing, the announcing angels say, glory to the newborn king. And so we love to sing that song. And there are some wonderful lines in it because Charles Wesley was a great theologian. But Charles Wesley never wrote just 3 verses to a hymn or a Christmas carol. He always wrote a lot more verses than that. And so I went looking. We have 3 verses. I know them well. I went looking for what the other verses might be. And I found that there's kind of a consistency of the message in this carol, which makes an awful lot of sense at Christmas. And we remember, of course, one of the verses that says, veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, hail the incarnate deity, pleased with us in flesh to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel, talking about God coming to be with us, God with us, which is what Emmanuel means. But there are some lines in the last 2 verses, the ones that I didn't know, and we don't sing. It's not in our hymnal, and it's not in any of the collections that I know of. But it's talking about reconciliation, really. And here are some of the lines. Now display thy saving power, ruined nature, now restore. Now in mystic union join, thine to ours, and ours to thine. The idea that God and humanity had gotten so far away from each other, and that in sending Jesus, God effected reconciliation, brought us back together. And then it goes on in the last verse, God, Adam's likeness, lordly face, stamp thine image in its place. So remember that we're in the image of you, God, and not the rebellious humans that we really are. Second Adam from above, reinstate us in thy love. Let us thee, though lost, regain, thee, the life, the inner person, oh, to all thyself impart, formed in each believing heart. Now, I know it's old poetry, and sometimes it's hard to kind of sort through that and find what it means, but what a wonderful message of Christmas. There had been a chasm between God and humanity. And God had tried an awful lot of things. God had given the commandments. God had sent prophets and teachers. God had even sent the people into exile so that they would think again. And finally, God said, I don't know what to do. And what God did was to send someone to come among us, to come in a way that we could accept, a baby in a manger, and to be able to say, this is who I want you to be. This is who I want you to follow. This is the way of life I have for you. And I want to be in close communion with you, my wonderful, beloved creations. The message of Christmas, that God came to be one of us so that reconciliation would be effected. That's worth a hark, isn't it? Listen up. This is good news. Glory to the newborn King. Amen.